Niznik. I'm a nutritional consultant here at the World of Wellness. We're formerly known as the Weiner Wellness Center. I do nutritional consulting. I do work with allergies. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't treat, cure, prevent any disease, but I will aid and assist you in improving your nutritional status. And most likely, there's a good chance your body's going to function better. We're not drug deficient. We're just nutrient deficient. And I can help you figure out what your body wants with that by using applied kinesiology testing. It's also called contact reflex analysis. It's also called nutrition response testing. It's trained in several different modalities with that. But it's all the same thing. We use body energy to figure out what's going on with you. Your body has the ability to communicate. We can test different reflex points on your body and see how your energy flows through these different spots. And where we find you have weak responses, you can find which particular nutrients strengthen those weak responses to help you pinpoint what your body wants to get it to function, possibly to get it to function better. Now, allergies, people are reacting to things in their environment. Why does this happen? Well, there's a number of different reasons. And it could be from past lives. Some people believe in that. Some people believe that, earlier in your childhood, you could be exposed to something and you have this conditioned subconscious response to it. But a lot of allergies, a lot of issues with, sensitivity to your environment and so forth can come from the dysfunction of your body. We need 90 different nutrients for your body to fully function. 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 essential fatty acids, but 60 different minerals. Our farmland is very deficient in minerals. If you look at the covering to the earth, minerals aren't evenly distributed over the covering to the earth. For instance, if a glacier grinds a mountain down and all these minerals get in the water of the glacial runoff, everywhere that that glacier feeds, it could be way more nutrient rich, mineral wise, than other places of the earth. When Mount St. Helens blew up, hundreds of miles downwind of there, the soil was re-nutrified with minerals because of that mountain blowing up. We remineralized all the soil. But most of our farmland, is very deficient in nutrients and deficient in minerals. They studied our farmland in the 20s and they said that we're about 20% depleted in minerals. They redid the study in the 80s and said our farmland's about 80% depleted in minerals. What does that mean for you? Well, when you go to the grocery store, you buy vegetables, how nutrient dense are those vegetables in minerals? Chances are it's quite poor. And then your cells suffer. And then you don't make digestive enzymes properly. You don't make all these different factors in your body properly from not having these nutrients in your system. And you react to so many things. I've had a number of people told me the level of their allergies have gone down significantly just from nutrifying their body. Now, whenever they mapped the human genome, they found out we make way more genes. We actually have we make way more proteins than we actually have genes that can make them. Well, I thought, well, how can that possibly be? Well, it turns out the covering to our cells have all these receptor sites on it. And they call that the epigenome, the covering to the cells. And when toxins land on the covering to the cells, it creates inflammation. It irritates the tissues. It distorts the way genes transcribe, and you get abnormal cellular growth, abnormal cellular function, tumors, cysts, cancers, and so forth. So if you have all this irritation in your body from toxins, the best thing to do is get the toxins out of your body. Actually, the best thing to do is not put the toxins in your body, which is nearly impossible because they're spraying chemtrails above us. You follow vehicles driving to work, you're breathing in those fumes. We're exposed to toxins all over the place. They put all kind of toxic things in our food, and your body should have the ability to deal with that and get it out of your system. Well, if, say, for instance, aluminum is stuck to the walls of your arteries, aluminum is stuck to the walls of your intestines, you need some type of nutrient that will bind to the aluminum so it doesn't bind to you, and our food is already nutrient poor. If you start your day eating a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit or a bowl of cereal, are you getting all 90 essential nutrients you need from that meal? No, you're not. Even if you made your own organic vegetable soup, you're still not probably getting anywhere near the amount of minerals that you should be getting. So what do we do about this? Supplementing. Let's ask your body where you're weak and find out if your body really wants something like Mineral Rich that has 70 minerals in it. Does it want Frontier Multivitamin, has all 16 vitamins in it? Does it want Omega 3D to give you the essential fatty acid that you need? Do you need some support with either digestive enzymes or stomach acid? Some people Some people need extra enzymes help them digest their meals. Other people need stomach acid support. Does your body want Cybezyme for enzymes? Doesn't want Betazyme for stomach acid support? We can ask your body, and your body will tell you these things. So if you can digest your food more efficiently, you may have a lot less irritation from food. You might have a lot less of a need for an immune response to your own food. And those nutrients that you're using to create an immune response and an inflammatory response to food, that could be used to building your body, restoring your health, and so forth. So part of getting your body to work well, if you have a challenge with allergies, chronically sinus irritated, whatever, let's look at the performance of all your cells. It's interesting on the first visit when I test people, they usually have a poor response to 5, 6, 7, 8 different metals in the heavy metals testing kit. Probably too much of a toxic buildup of aluminum, cadmium, cobalt, nickel, mercury, manganese, osmium, radium, so forth. When they come back 4 weeks later after nutrifying the body, they generally don't test poorly on any of those metals anymore. So the body basically is saying it needs nutrients to function, and it's just not in our diet. So then you have all this inflammation and irritation in your body and in your cells, and that may be just exacerbating all your allergy symptoms. So if you can improve that, chances are allergies overall can improve because you have a lot less negative inflammatory reaction to all these different things because your cells are finally nutrified and working better. So beyond that, we said earlier that toxins can bind to cell walls and distort the way the genes transcribe. Well, there are things like proline greens. Proline greens is a phenomenal detoxifier. It's got chlorella cracked cell powder in there, spirulina, and so forth. That may be something that would you benefit from taking because it could bind to the toxins in your body, get it out of your system. Maybe you have a lot less inflammation, a lot less irritation in your body, a lot less overwhelming your lymphatic system, trying to purge the stuff out of your system. And maybe you have less allergic response. Testing wise, when I talked earlier about this heavy metals testing kit, I actually have over 3,200 different testing valves in my office. And one of the kits I have is plants and pollens of the Northeast. There's 25 grasses in here, 25 trees in here, and 25 weeds and shrubs, the energetic signatures of like Atlantic white cedar trees, birch trees, elm trees, willow trees, walnut trees, the energetic signatures of all these different grasses like dog's tail grass, fescue, canary grass, wheatgrass, and so forth, Johnson grass. We can ask your body, does it have a negative response to these things? If you do, we could do it like an allergy elimination technique for that. Now, there's a woman named Dr. Devi Nambudrapad who started this Nambudrapad's algae elimination technique. She wrote a book called Say Goodbye to Illness. And it chronicles, her journey basically of discovering a system that really helps people deal with allergies. She's a registered nurse, a licensed acupuncturist. She has a PhD in physics and a doctor of chiropractic. Incredibly brilliant person. But at one point, she would eat something and would pass out, or she'd eat something and go into anaphylactic shock. Or certain times she'd eat things and very difficult for her to get out of bed for 2 or 3 days because of the fatigue from eating that stuff. So through applied kinesiology muscle testing, she discovered, what are the foods that are really irritating to her system, and she stopped eating those things. One day she ate these carrots, and carrots were on her good list, but the carrots came from a different supplier and may have had pesticides, may have had something on it, some kind of chemicals on it. She ate these carrots and was passing out. And when this has happened before, she'd hurry up, lay down. Her staff would go get acupuncture needles, put needles in her on the adrenal meridian to give her a natural boost of adrenaline, and usually would pick her up enough to keep functioning. Well, this particular day, when this happened, the staff went and put needles in her, and she passed out. And this has happened before, so they let her sleep it off. When she got up, she felt energized. I felt different. I felt good, which is typically not the response she would experience if she ate something would pass out from it. But when she originally woke up, she was mortified because the bag of carrots was on her abdomen. And she was worried that she was going to go into an anaphylactic shock, being that closely exposed to the food that was really making her pass out. But when she stood up, she felt like she had energy. And her staff tested her again on these carrots. And now she had a strong kinesiology test to the carrots. And didn't seem to bother her anymore. And she's like, okay. She stimulated an acupuncture meridian on her body while she was exposed to the energy of the carrots that helped her pass out. And she didn't have a negative response to the carrots anymore. And she's like, okay. So she used that system of treating herself and treating her son. Her son was just like her and allergic to just about everything under the sun, too. And over the course of a year, she eliminated all of her allergies and all of her son's allergies, initially using acupuncture while she held something in a jar that she had a problem with. And afterwards, she found out she didn't have to use acupuncture, just acupressure, stimulating meridian points on the body while she held what she had a problem with. And she was eliminating all of her allergies and her son's allergies. So, allergy, some people think like, you get hives all over your body. Many people, an allergy is something you eat and you get fatigued. You eat something and your joints ache. You eat something, you get bloated. You eat something, you get brain fog. You eat something that exacerbates sleep apnea. That's more of what I mean by allergy. It's more of a dysfunction from eating a food. And when you do this system, it has a very high probability of reversing your negative response to that food or grass or dog hair or cat fur or whatever it is that's in the jar you do the treatment for. The treatment is literally, say for instance, you have a problem with cats. I have a jar of cat fur in my office that probably has 25 different cat furs in it. I have a jar in my office that probably has 25 different dog furs in it. I have you hold the jar of cat fur and you stimulate acupressure points that run up and down the spine while you breathe 4 different ways. Sounds wacky as can be. And the first time I heard about this, a client of mine was telling me about this, and I thought, yeah, you've been smoking something. There's something wrong with you. But she told me, no, the doctor that's doing this did allergy shots for 30 years, and he's doing this now. I'm like, wow. So I said, do you mind if I would go with you to one of your appointments? She goes, no, come with me. I said, well, call them, make sure it's okay. And they did. She said, sure, come on up. So I went with her, and the doctor did this, but he didn't use the breathing technique at that time. He just stimulated these acupressure points on the body while she held in her hand a jar of whatever it is he was doing a reversal on. And it was effective. This process was so effective, he actually had to open up a second office in Portersville to handle all of his clients, all his patients. So he was instrumental in getting Dr. Weiner trained in this system. And I had allergy reversal treatments from Dr. Weiner and this doctor, and they worked. I had a really bad milk problem back then, and it seemed like after I did this reversal, I didn't have a problem with milk anymore, which was profound. So over the course of the years, I learned how to do this. Dr. Ellen Cutler was trained by this Dr. Debbie Nambujapan, and Dr. Ellen Cutler incorporated a breathing technique along with Dr. Debbie's allergy elimination technique. And if Dr. Weiner treated you for something, say he did a cat reversal on you, he wanted you to ideally wash a separate set of clothes, change your clothes in the office here, put your probably cat-ridden clothes into a bag so you're not exposed to it. And he wanted you to go live in another house, for 25 hours, not being exposed to cats after the allergy reversal treatment. Well, Dr. Ellen Cutler found if you add this breathing technique to the system, you could be exposed to whatever it is you do the reversal on right away. And most of the time, it's wildly effective. So, we can never make any claims that this will cure you, heal you, whatever. But I've seen miraculous things happen. On our website, somewhere on our website, is a picture of a little boy. And I've had him in some of my presentations, those pictures, where his face is swollen, his lips are swollen, his eyes are all swollen from playing in a park. And he had a negative reaction to the grass. He came into the office. He felt on 13 of the grasses in the kits, 13 or 19. I don't remember. It was a lot. So I did the allergy reversal on grasses for him. He did his 90 essential nutrients, changed his diet a little bit. Next time he played in the park, he had no reaction to the grass. So it's a very, very simple method of stimulating points on the body while you breathe 4 different ways. It takes about 10 minutes to do this. Afterwards, you have to hold the jar, whatever it is they treat you on, for maybe a half hour, 35 minutes, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. And it's usually enough. And the ideal scenario is you avoid whatever it is we do the reversal on for 24, 25 hours, but you don't have to, particularly if you have a cat or dog in your house and we did a reversal on the cat or dog. So What else can be exacerbating your allergy symptoms? Well, having an underlying fungal infection, underlying parasitic infection, underlying virus infections. So your body's constantly in an inflamed state from attacking these pathogens and has less energy towards warding off, things that irritants. So the more irritants you reduce in your body overall can function more efficiently. It's possible and have less of a response to the environment around you. So, a typical allergy reversal treatment, say for instance, you fail on dairy products. One of my kits, this testing kit here, you can see all these different vials that are in the kit. Like I said, I have over 3,200 vials like this in my office, and they're all charged with the energies of different things. Now, everything is an energy. All your thoughts are an energy too. And everything is made up of molecules. All molecules move and vibrate. All molecules emit electromagnetic field. And when you touch different spots on the body, you're touching different meridian points. Check this guy out. You're touching different meridian points, and you're seeing how the energy flows to different parts of the body. Well, because everything moves and vibrates, certain vibrates are going to amplify your field. Certain vibrations are going to de-amplify your field, destructively interfere with you. So you can quickly ask the body what it's good with and what it has a problem with. If it has a problem with certain things, you could possibly do an allergy reversal treatment for it. So earlier I was talking about dairy products in this kit. There's American cheese, Swiss cheese, one cheese mix, another cheese mix, casein, milk mix, pasteurized milk, raw milk, sour cream, yogurt. We can see if you have a negative response to any of these or all of these. If you have a problem with any of them or all of them, put those vials you have an issue with into a jar. You hold the jar and you stimulate up and down the spine all these acupressure energy meridian centers while you breathe 4 different ways. Sounds wacky as could be. And I was there too, but it worked ridiculously well time after time after time again. We can never guarantee that it'll work for you, but hey, it's worth a shot. Do you want to have years of allergy shots or maybe a 10-minute risk of 10 minutes of your time to do this? Now, also, in allergy shots, I believe I read stories about them being high in aluminum. So, in addition to whatever the irritant they're doing the allergy shot for, there's aluminum and other preservatives in there that's being injected into your bloodstream as well. And can you imagine doing this every week for 2 to 5 years? Or maybe take a risk of, an hour or two of your life to come in here and do this and give us a shot. Okay. So we talked about pathogens being an issue. Some people have a problem with virus. And which particular immune booster does your body want to possibly deal with virus? We don't treat virus. I'm going to ask your body to communicate with both of us. And it says I'm weak here, I'm weak here, I'm weak here, I'm weak here, weak here, weak there. And I have you hold astragalus, and it doesn't strengthen any of these weak reflexes. Have you hold immunomax, and it strengthens everything. Have you hold beta glucans, it strengthens everything. Have you hold L-lysine, strengthens everything. Argentin 23 doesn't strengthen anything. Pre-defense with NAC doesn't. So we're going to ask your body which particular immune boosters strengthen all your weak reflexes. Say, for instance, we find 4 immune boosters strengthen all the weak reflexes. Then I'll have you hold all 4. And so let me see how your body responds to all 4 of these. And quite often it's no. Should we eliminate this one? No. Should we eliminate this one? No. Should we eliminate this one? Yes. Take that out. Let me see how you respond to the remaining 3. And yes or no. So through process elimination, your body will tell you, I want these particular ones and not those. So your body will specifically tell you what it wants to help deal with things. So if you can knock pathogens down in your system, you got more energy to help you heal the rest of your body. You're not taking away energy and nutrition to build an immune response to something. You don't get something for nothing. Everything that happens in your body costs you energy and costs you nutrition. So if you're wasting a big part of nutrition in your body chronically fighting parasites, where else could that energy be going to? Like rebuilding your joints, causing better brain function, digest your food better. But if you have a pathogen attacking you, your body's just sort of like, you know what? I'd rather just digest this cheese you ate. Let's not deal with the parasites. Just let it go. It doesn't happen. Your body's like, nah, kill those parasites. And something like parakill, in that instance, may be the right thing for you. Let's ask your body, does it strengthen this one, strengthen that one, strengthen this one? Whatever's weak, does it strengthen it? If it does, let's test micro defense uh, with oregano, another anti-parasite formula. Let's test Zymex-2. Let's test wormwood. And all four of them may strengthen all your weak reflexes. Don't say, is this Parakill, is this better than micro defense? Is that one better than Zymex-2? And so forth. Through a process of elimination, your body will say, I want this one. This one works the best for me. And then try it. Does your body want 3 a day, 4 a day, 5 a day, 6 a day, maybe 5 a day? Your body will tell you how many it wants initially. And as time progresses, you need less and less. And then a short period of time, your body says, no, I don't want that anymore. Chances are your body already dealt with eradicating whatever pathogen this was working on. So in that instance, if you're being overwhelmed by parasites, you're using a big part of your immune system, a big part of your nutrition to fight parasites, and it's taking away energy and nutrients to digestion and eradicating toxins from your body and giving you antioxidants to neutralize toxins and irritants in foods. And all of a sudden, you're being more reactive to foods because you don't have the nutrients to deal with them. That's a possibility. How would you know? Come spend an hour with me. We're going to test your body. Your body will say, I want this, this, and this. I don't want that. So, foods. People come to see me. I test on foods, of course, and find out what foods are an irritant. But it's wild that 4 weeks later, after seeing me, most people don't have a negative response to foods anymore, other than like 9 bad things that everybody has a problem with. And why is that? Because in that month's time, your lifestyle changed to incorporate more daily, complete nutrition. And all of a sudden, your body started working better. So call the Weiner Wellness Center. Call the World of Wellness, 412-922-9355. Set an appointment with me. We're going to spend an hour delving into all these things. It's this isn't something where I'm going to stand in the doorway and talk for you 10 minutes and walk off and charge you $185. I'm going to spend an hour with you, and we're going to go through this and figure out what your body wants and how it communicates and what your body really needs to help you really pinpoint. That's the key. This will help you pinpoint what your body really wants to deal with. Maybe you just want to detoxify. Something like proline greens, a great detoxifier. Many people have been doing exceedingly well with Power Cleanse in conjunction with proline greens. Power Cleanse is like a meal replacement shake detoxifier. It has all these nutrients in there to help you detoxify. If you combine this with this, purge all these irritants from your system, maybe that'll help you with your allergies. Who knows? Let's test you. But one of the wildest things I've seen and the most consistent thing I've seen is when I test them on the heavy metals testing kit and they fail on 5, 6, 7, 8 metals. I test them on 90 essential nutrients, something like Frontier multivitamin, omega 3D, and mineral rich. These 3 things. As long as you eat meat or fish or eggs or beans and rice at home in combination to get amino acids. Amino acids aren't something you generally need to supplement with unless you're power training, weightlifting, that's so forth. But these other 3 things gives you 16 vitamins, gives you your 2 essential fatty acids. And this one actually gives you 70 minerals. Wouldn't it be great to start the day with that versus a toxic bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit versus a pure sugar bowl of cereal? When I say pure sugar bowl of cereal, if you have just plain cornflakes, it turns to sugar. If you have just plain wheat flakes or rice checks or whatever, it just turns to sugar. And there's hardly any minerals or other nutrients in that, and it's just sugar. Well, what about starting your day with something like this and maybe a smoothie? We have a protein shake from here or this Power Cleanse. Power Cleanse is a meal replacement shake, like a multivitamin, multi-mineral meal replacement shake, along with all these detoxifiers. Combine that with proline greens, wouldn't that be a better way to start your day than something that's horribly toxic like a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit or a bowl of cereal that's just plain sugar? So that's my spiel on allergy reversals. On Friday, we're going to do another presentation on allergy reversals. We're actually going to test somebody. I'll show you directly, test them on a number of different things, and then we'll do a reversal on something on camera here. So I hope to see you soon. Call the Weiner Wellness Center, World of Wellness, 412-922-9355. And let's get together and see what we can do to help you turn your life around. we're only going to improve your nutritional status. That's all we do. And lo and behold, many, many people turn their lives around. So, Phil, other than that, we have any questions or comments from the peanut gallery? Okay. Thanks for sharing with me and hope to see you soon.